I love a good honey bun. And I didn't know they were such a hit in prison. People bartering, they're being traded for things, you're getting punishment, you're losing honey buns. Prison guard steals honey buns from inmates. Say what now? Now, well, I'm just telling you,
Come
circumstantial
on, man.
evidence.
Come on,
If
man.
you keep it up for a minute, I might be inclined to believe certain people did certain things. And I'm not, again, looks can be deceiving, but I'm telling you, this man's accused of stealing honey buns from inmates. He might enjoy a good honey bun. Let's give you the details. A former Morgan County, Alabama jail officer is now facing 7 felony extortion charges over honey buns. But he says the charges are just retaliation. His name is Jarvis Moore. He worked at the Morgan County Jail for 24 years. He was fired in September. He's now been hit with 7 felony extortion charges related to taking honey buns from inmates. This is an important matter. You're locked up and you have very few pleasures. A honey bun is one. What went on here? We'll tell you. We'll tell you. Moore turned himself in on Friday, February 13th on the felony charges. He says he's diabetic. So this is the first offense. Couldn't have been him. He's a diabetic. Doesn't eat honey buns, calling the charges deeper than the 200-calorie snacks. Well, that's not true. And I'm going to ask you to look up how much of honey. I can tell you from my rear view mirror, there are a lot more calories than that. Okay. Moore does not deny taking the honey buns, but says he was following established policy. He said when inmates started fires in the jail, it was policy to take commissary items from those inmates and give them to other inmates. He took the honey buns from the fire starters and he gave them to other inmates who did not ignite the fires. Moore stated the honey buns were actually given to another inmate to clean up. There was nothing ever kept in possession. It was used as a tool to stop burning in the jail. He said the practice had been going on for years. Station WAFF with the reporting. But here's where it gets interesting. Moore and his attorney believe the charges are actually retaliation connected to a leaked video of Jon Scott Jr., who died in jail custody back in April 2025. You're looking at images taken from the surveillance footage. Jon Scott Jr., age 39, died April 22nd, 2025, after being arrested by Decatur police during a mental health crisis call. Officers tased and struck him multiple times. Surveillance video was later leaked, showing multiple corrections officers dragging Scott through the Morgan County Jail with a spit hood over his head. His family has since filed a $100 million wrongful death lawsuit. Now, Moore says he was asked multiple times, did you leak the video of Scott's treatment in the jail? His attorney, Scott Morrow, called the charges retaliatory 100% and said Moore's problems began specifically when the Jon Scott incident occurred. There's also a racial dimension to this. Moore believes he was repeatedly passed over to become what would have been the first Black lieutenant in Morgan County history. He says he was placed on administrative leave each time a position came up. Now, Attorney Morrow stated this. For one thing, he's African American, and they don't want him to be a lieutenant. Morrow also said Moore posted a video supporting former Sheriff Anna Franklin 5 weeks before he was charged, and that the sheriff's office wanted to keep Moore down. For context, Anna Franklin is the controversial former Morgan County Sheriff, 2011 to 2019. She left office amid federal lawsuits, criminal charges, including misusing $150,000 in jail food funds to invest in a used car lot. She's now running again for sheriff against the current sheriff, Ron Puckett. Sheriff's office says the investigation into the stolen honey buns started in August and was turned over to the district attorney in November before Moore's video was posted. But Moore isn't buying that. Moore stated, I'm truly not guilty of extortion. The only thing I did wrong was protect the jail and try to secure the jail. We want justice. and we want everybody treated the same. If you're going to arrest one person for this type of activity in the jail, arrest them all. After being fired from Morgan County in September, Moore started working at the Madison County Jail. Every time you put the picture up, it's just the circumstantial evidence. And we don't know. It's going to have to be adjudicated. But when I look at the picture, I'm just telling you what's going through my mind. He was then fired from that job too, once officials learned of the felony charges. An assistant DA who doesn't know more will try the case. Now, look, it's not okay to keep pointing out that there's just something there's something that says you might have consumed a honey bun or two. But this has other serious implications, we're talking about, according to Mr. Moore and his attorney, someone who died in police custody, mistreated. And now, as we often see, there's this huge investigation about who leaked it instead of what happened here, right? It shouldn't just be up to a family to file a $100 million lawsuit. And Moore says, this ain't about no honey buns. It's about this video. They think I leaked it. And then, by the way, I support the former sheriff who wants to be sheriff again. It's a mess. All these pivots, twists, and turns, and high-calorie buns. What do you hear?
To be honest, man, he'll have his day in court. If he can prove that he didn't steal honey buns, I'm sure he could. I'm not going to lie. The black criminal who gets caught doing something automatically going, oh, this was racial. I'm highly attuned to that. And I hate the idea that you got retaliated against because they thought you were a whistleblower. So you're not even a hero for real. You didn't actually whistleblow against these cats and step up and put your actual career on the line for justice. You're just claiming that, oh no, they thought I was heroic. And so they're now trying to ruin me. I don't buy it, bro. If he had the stones to do something like that, then I'd believe it. If he was like, I whistleblowed on them and their horrible actions and they killed the guy and now they're trying to put honey buns on me. He's like, no, I'm not a hero. They just think I am, which is just crazy to me.
And he's acknowledged taking the honey buns. He said he did it.
Oh, he's
but it was long-standing policy to remove.
Oh, I
buns.
thought it was by temporary insanity. Like when he gets hungry, he's just temporarily just crazy. He can't control himself.
To remove buns from inmates who are misbehaving and present buns to those who were towing the line.
It's a bad policy, by the way.
It's a bad policy. And if honey buns are that coveted inside the jail, and I think you have to treat people humanely and give them some kind of privileges and hope when they're incarcerated, right?
For sure.
But if honey buns are causing this much discourse and, they're held up in such high regard, and by the way, they're not healthy, then perhaps you need to go with something different. I'll give you the last word.
I'm glad that this jail is taking the food of the inmates and the snacks of the inmates this seriously, and that you could get charged with 7 felonies for it. That's something I didn't realize CEOs could get knocked for. So that makes me kind of happy, honestly.
Yeah, the sheriff who was not sheriff anymore and something about $150,000 in a used car lot is running to be sheriff again. Make it make sense.